we're gonna go ahead and start. So what I wanted to talk about, what I wanted to jump into, something I was thinking about. So as you know, the conference is coming up this Thursday through Sunday. Thursday through Sunday for VIPs. The actual conference is Saturdays. I believe we are shutting down ticket sales on tomorrow, Wednesday or Thursday. I would just get it. And some of the things I want to go over, some of the things that I am learning through this process. Yes, I've thrown events before. Yes, when we do events, we always do them in luxury and opulence, and we put the best people for that particular event in the same room. And one of the reasons I'm finding that so many people love to come as VIPs is to meet the other VIPs. So I posted something a few months ago that says, you know, like people will ask how I network. How do you network? One way I network is I pay to go to places where other people are paying to go so that we can sit and talk about what it is that we are doing in business. And then how we could possibly work together. I find that that's best for me. And I find that people are doing that. So I'm learning from a back end standpoint why people do that as well. So many people like to come as VIP. People will come as general admission, but VIP sells out first because people like to be in the room with other like-minded individuals. With that said, the luxury VIP, and I made the final, and the hotel will probably punch me in my face if I try to change it. I made the final room list because people kept yesterday. So it's sold. Like I was adding rooms, changing rooms. People wanted to extend their stays, and it was a lot. So you know that's sold out. That's gone. The VIP that doesn't stay at the hotel, it is pretty much sold out. And my team, my assistant probably would be like, "Girl, I know you lying," but you know, don't tell nobody I told you. But if you ask me real nice, I might see what I can do. But I'm not gonna lie, some events are completely like, it would probably cost, I don't know. Ask me. General admission, we are closing those tickets though. Some tickets we have to close because we have to give the final numbers by a certain time. But if you ever through an event, then you know there's a little wiggle room. You know, if you collecting a check and you paying the venue, they're not necessarily going to say no unless you're at the capacity of which they can get shut down. Now they'll say no. But many times, you know, they won't even give you that number. So that's something else I learned, that people also, something else I learned is people also wait to the last minute. So for this conference, I opened it up, and for the next retreat, we're going to open it up about 6 to 8 months in advance. We're going to give the date out 6 to 8 months in advance. For this conference happening in New Orleans, we gave the date out 6 months, exactly 6 months in advance. And what I found is people still waited until most of our ticket sales happened in the last month. Most of our ticket sales happened in the last month. And so I find that people wait till the last minute. So don't feel away if a lot of your ticket sales come in at the last minute. So that's something else that I learned. Something that I'm going to share with the VIPs during our group coaching day on Friday morning is figure out a way to create products from everything you do. Figure out a way to create products from everything you do. And what I mean by that is the doing is the service. You're providing a service. You're providing a talk. You're providing a course. I mean, not a course, a master class, an in-person master class, a coaching session, a conference, a teaching, whatever. That's the do. Provide a way to create a product from what you do. And so what will happen with that is for our group coaching session, I'm going to then create a course with the topics that I'm going to discuss at the group coaching session. The course will be being created as I'm going through those topics during the group coaching session. So that's one thing. Figure out a way to create from everything that you do. Figure out a way to create from everything that you do. That would be one of my top recommendations. Bear with me, I'm changing mediums. Figure out a way to create a product from everything that you do. So if you're offering a service of some type, and I'm going to just reiterate this, service meaning you're present there either virtually or physically, where you are teaching a master class, you're offering group coaching, or you're doing the group coaching session, individual coaching, you're presenting. What I'm going to do for the conference is I'm going to walk away with at least 2 new courses already created. So during the group coaching, we're going to go over certain topics that will be released after the conference, because you need to be there in order to enjoy. These are topics that I've never shared for my business, and I'm finding that my individual coaching clients are asking for these topics more and more. So, when we sit down together as a group, I'm going to go over these 3 topics. And while I'm going over them, while I'm providing this service, while I'm going to be creating a course on it that I can then provide to people who could not make it to, that's like I'm breathing all in this thing, who could not make it to the actual conference for whatever reason. So that's one thing. Figure out, and if you are listening to this afterwards and you hear banging in the background, they're literally, if you know anything about New Orleans, baby, they figure out how to construct a structure everywhere. It could be the plot could be this big. They're gonna build a house that come out like that. They are building a house. So I'm gonna get through as many topics as I can before you boom, boom, boom. They broke my fence the other day. They fixed part of it. You just gotta be patient. I just recorded, and they came in. Oh, we fixed it. We bought you some new pieces of wood. Yes, but we're gonna have to do a little better because you forgot some spots. But anyway, the second thing I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna try to talk over it. The second thing I'm going to do is on the actual day of the conference, and I've also been asked for this. One of my favorite people that I follow stated she doesn't create a product until she has had some interest. So people actually who were like, oh my God, I'm going to be out of town. When we were having conversations about them coming as VIP, were like, but are you going to be able to package it up and provide it so that I can buy it later? And so one of the second products that I'm going to create from my doing is on the actual day of the conference. I've seen this done as well. People sometimes will give out the conference to attendees. We're going to package it up and provide it for people who have not been in the building. And we may also provide it for people who came as luxury VIP attendees. So with that, my actual presentation that I've already created, thank God, because we are a few days out. I still have to work on the one for the group coaching. I know the topics are, thank God, give thanks. But actually creating a product from it. So why? Why am I sitting here for however long telling you about creating a product from what you do? We talk multiple streams of income. One of the safest, quickest, and easiest ways to create multiple streams of income is not by doing all of these different things. It is by, and this is what I teach. And I even had a client, her last call, have an aha moment. Because I said, girl, I don't do that. This is how I do that. If you can figure out how to create additional revenue streams from something you're already doing. I'm already putting on this conference. And if I can walk away with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional products, which there'll be at least that I know of 3, that I was already doing this. I'm already doing this, and now we have additional revenue streams, additional products that can create additional streams of income. Or additional, so I already do online courses. So that stream is already in place, but it can offer more variety to that stream of income, and people have asked for it. So that's how you create additional products. I don't necessarily recommend creating additional streams or multiple streams from things that you're not well versed in. If you read Good to Great, it's a book called Good to Great. They talk about that. Any of the most successful companies created additional streams from something they were already good at, already had the manufacturing plant for, already had blueprint. Like they do this. And it just becomes easier to create more income that way. So that's one thing I learned. You know, I already did that. But figuring out how you can expand your revenue from something you've already done. The other thing, like I said, that I've learned from putting on conferences and retreats is no matter how much time you give people to buy tickets, you're going to have a good percentage of people that's going to wait till the last minute. So, like, you know, some people quit. Oh, Lord, nobody going to attend. We put on an event, a free event, Melissa McClendon and I, in New Orleans. And we had a line of people to get in the door. Most of them people registered like a day or two. Maybe not the same day, because I shut it down because we had to give a count. We have to give counts, people. Stop registering at the last minute. We have to give counts. You want to eat? Register prior. You like to get a little drink? Register prior, because I have to shut it down because I have to know how many. So I just give them a number, and they're like, and when we get to that number, we're just gonna stop. We might go over a few, but no. And then some people, one of the venues was like, no, we're gonna wait till you get your final number because you keep adding people, because I don't want to keep sending invoices. Register ahead of time. You get the best stuff. Like, one of our vendors provided us with a certain number of goodies for our goodie bags. If we go over that number, you're not going to get it. So if you register after the fact, we gave her a count, your bag might be empty. I'm just saying. Register ahead of time. So those are, so I'm going to wrap up with that because y'all are having me going on a tantrum. So those are some of the things that I would recommend, that I would learn, that you could use in a lot of different things. So what are you already doing? What are you already doing that you could create a product from? Like, think about it like that. Like, I always push multiple streams of income, but think about it in its very simplest form. What am I already doing that I can create a product for? Why should I create a product? I'm already doing really well with this service or with this doing. Because products allow you to make money when you are sleeping. You can't do if you're asleep. Some of y'all be like, I'm just not going to sleep. Or you can create a product from what you're doing so you can go to sleep. And you can be making money while you're sleeping, while you're vacationing, while you're feeding the baby, while you're working out, while you're putting on your hair, whatever. Figure out a way to create a product from what you do.